Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
No, not this one. There is another one before that.
Okay.
There's
I
another
had
one.
a whole bunch of newsletter ones because of that freedom of information changes.
Yeah, no, there is another one which is like 2 weeks ago. I can resend the app. It's okay. I can resend the group.
I got this one to download the app and stuff like that, but not.
Yeah,
the
there was another one which was sent like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So it's okay. I can resend it anyway. So here is
There you are, sir. Oh, sorry.
so this is summarize the whole process of how to build an So the question is, if you went through the process now and you would like to have an opportunity, what will be the opportunity about? Do you have an opportunity to showcase a strengths, to develop a new skill, to align my value, to employ my passion, or to fulfill my purpose?
Which page is this on?
50, 50.
So
So if you would like to build a brand journey and you want to have a guide, so which one of those 5 you would like to do? Hmm?
D.
D? Employ my passion. Okay. Who wants to volunteer as well and answer?
C. Align my values.
Okay. You can actually have more than one if you like.
So employ my passions is proceeding with.
Whatever your passions was. So if your passion for kids is, you will end up looking to brand yourself in activities with kids. If your passion is for elderly, you most likely end up being in the retirement home. Not you in the retirement home,
Yeah.
but you serving people in the retirement home. I was working with groups and I was going to talk in so many retirement homes, and one of my good girlfriends, she said, you are not that old.
Why are you
keep-
checking him out?
Why you keep going there? And I know that your grandparents are not from this country, so did you bring them here? I said, no. She said, why do you keep going back to the retirement home? I said, because I'm retired. And we went to, so this is the point, is if you want to employ your passion, so this will be a little bit of clarification or summarization. So if you flip to anyone wants to volunteer something else?
All 5 are important, so I rank them. I use the ranking system.
Good.
With number 1 being align my values would be a good reason to volunteer. 2, employing my passions, and 3, fulfilling my purpose. Those 3.
That's good. So if we go to the second level, which is dispel, so which of the strengths you identify you would like to showcase, or which skill was missing that you would like to build on it? So you go back to the first module, or the second module, where we talked about strengths and the skills. So which one of those you would like to showcase? value and the patterns, right? So you should have now the whole thing. So you can work them very quickly if you at least the first ones, the first documentation part. So someone wants to share the skills? Yes, go ahead.
Mine would be speaking. So using my skills to help young people who would be, I guess, labeled as empaths in my world of energy,
Okay.
to not take things so personally.
Okay. You want to share, Tracy?
I haven't really got it worked out yet, but it would be regarding helping women empower themselves.
Okay. The next question will be is what about value? Which cause may connect with the value that were on the top of your list? So you remember you have the values, right? So Bakri, what was your 5 values?
I don't think I've done that part.
That was one for coffee now.
The
Oh,
elevate.
okay. Family, health, wealth,
What family means to you?
my son.
Okay. Who else has family here the other day? You had what family means to you at the time?
Family is my tribe, my community, the people who I support and who support me.
So what's more important is when you have the value, you have to declare,
What it means
define
to you.
what does it mean to you.
Unconditional love.
Yeah. Who here has love?
I have.
What love means to you?
It was it was self-love. It was
Yeah.
certainly
So
unconditional.
the message is, if you want to define your own values, they are your own values. So when you communicate them with the word need to have a column. After that, you just start to make a phrase to describe what the word means. The only ones which will be like booklets with Bakri, the only one with booklets and 3 holes will be the program. So this is the one which should go 1 to 54.
Okay, but where's the value one? I'm
Is
trying
that
to,
pink one?
The value
It's
one
a
is
pink
the
one.
is a pink one.
Yeah.
thank you.
So, and then if you're done with the values, you go back to the passion, and on page 52, you would like to pick up what kind of cause or organization might connect with the root passion you identified.
Yeah.
Would I go to your great cousin Google to find out what causes it would go? Because I haven't. The only
You
place
can
I've
do
ever
it after the workshop.
Yeah,
So
after the
go to
workshop, yeah.
52,
Yeah, perfect.
go to page
It's
number
the same
5.
thing, yeah, right? What causes it? Because I have no idea.
Yeah.
I've only ever volunteered with business stuff, so
What about your holistic earth?
yeah, I
Yes.
volunteered there. Okay, thank you.
And write it down, YHE, and then I texted D. I said, D, is this a password or you misspell it?
Yeah.
Because it's Z, that's right,
Yeah.
THE.
Yeah.
When she gave me YHE
Yeah,
as a code, as a part of a code, I said,
yeah.
she misspelled it.
Yeah.
So I make THE.
Yeah.
And then I said, the code is wrong.
Yeah.
No, you know,
She said, no, it's supposed to be YHE. So I made the call, what? YHE? She said,
you're holistic.
you're holistic earth.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
She is actually
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. You move forward to your purpose. So what might move you toward your internal vision for the future? Remember, the internal vision for the future was the visualization ones, right?
Okay.
And the last one are the goal. What are your goals for a career or a job you would like to have in the next 10 years? So our coaching career or our it's not a job, but there are some people actually would like to work at the job. So sometimes we go and license our programs to people because they like to have the job. There are people who like to innovate programs, and there are people who just want to resell somebody else's program. So what's your goal, a career or a job? Okay, anyone needs more help or more time or questions? Before you proceed to the next page, just explain to you what's happening. So, if you don't have any problem filling these 5 questions, I want to give you these examples, which is existing in actually page 53. So, example number 2, if somebody loves managing people, teaching and coaching, he values teamwork, winning competition, optimism and growth, his passion for sport and entrepreneurship. He can work as for a consulting firm, as a high-tech startup, as a client, or working for a startup. His purpose is to launch a successful business that employ my love to sport. Potential organization he can work with will be schools, extracurricular sport programs, junior achievement, young entrepreneur, societies, local businesses, etc. That's right. If we switch his passion from a sport entrepreneur to be woman in need, or woman in danger, or woman in profession, what kind of professional or potential organization he can work with? It will be like women shelters, women in engineering groups, women in physics, women in science, holistic earth, women in entrepreneur, women society. That's right.
Yeah.
And this will show now what's his potential role, starting a sport organizations or managing a small project for an entrepreneur. So this gave an example how someone has a potential skills, value, passion, goals and purpose to be a lineup. The way to activate this is to move to the next space, which basically we have a list of resources for organizations in North America, and these organizations usually looking for volunteering. So if you have a program in mind and you want to develop it and you say I cannot find customers or clients, pick up these organizations, give them phone calls and check out if they will accept that you come and volunteer your program to them. So the message I want to give to you here is we are good in what we do, in who we are and what we do, and we have a good purpose. But sometimes we overlook that there are some organizations we can volunteer, give them our passion, our value, and guess what we'll get in exchange? We will get recognition, established programs, and more audience to adhere to our messages while we serve our purpose and passion. So this is the steps which should be taken. And the last page will talk to you about what's next. What is this? And this is the last page of this workbook in particular, which we call it What's Next. It can share with you what you could know and what you can do next. So many of you are in the part of your holistic earth or part of the Calgary Immigration Service, or they do part of different community work. So just don't feel shy or skeptical that these people might be your first one to go to. Okay? Any questions? Any feedback? We've not finished yet, but I've just finished the workbook, so I want to just make sure. Do you have any questions or any comment on this particular workbook material?
It is a lot of information, and really around the 4 o'clock mark each day, there's like a shutdown process. You begin stop getting the new information. So as you go on to a new workbook after 4 o'clock, it was tough each day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then
It's amazing he says that.
the
And
VIP, then the VIP program being that much later, and
Yeah.
that's where all the good meat and potatoes could be. It was like, I just have to get through this. I just have to get through this, because there's a little carrot.
So
at the end.
Timothy, when you moderate or facilitate a 3 to 5 days workshop, not like what for me here is not tough because I go home and somebody's taking care of everything, even like waking me up and moving me around like this. But if you are in like Vegas or like Florida and having this, and you have these hotels and you have to come out of the workshop, what you do? Number one training to be in this business is you have to be able to manage this. You're still smiley, your brain somewhere here is still existing at that time.
Yeah,
So.
and we're on this side. We're learners, right? We're absorbing information, trying to retain information, trying
Yep.
to apply information, and that's why I'm giving you that particular feedback. Also, too, today is different because as soon as I leave here, I'm also going to work, and
Yeah.
I'm working until 1 a.m. So, and then I'm going to sleep for 3 hours, and then going back to work for 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a long 2 days for me, and that's just my own personal where I'm
Yeah.
at right now because I wanted to commit to being here, and it was a hard decision. When I walked outside, my decision was, do I go home and go to bed because I need sleep, or do I come back
So
and stick it out?
okay, no, I appreciate the feedback and I love it. But
Would it have changed if the VIP was like at 7:30 in the morning?
I'm a morning person. I'm up at 4:30 every day, so absolutely it would have been different. It would have been different. But that's a me personal thing, right? Like,
That's good news, yeah.
yeah.
for sure.
So the VIP usually we have like the one lunch hour, like they give you like 15 minutes only to eat lunch, and then we go the 1 hour, and while everybody should go out for like 1.5 hour for lunch, and it's always a question for us is should we do it on the first morning of the day, while everybody will come late. So if we have the VIP here we start at 9. If we have the VIP here at 8 o'clock or like 7:30 in the morning, or let's call it 8 for now, majority of the VIP will come late. And when we kept it after
they stay and get
they
it.
said, the point I got from you very positive is we will go to so many 3 days workshop where we pay maybe $1,000 or $500, and we never felt overwhelmed. We never felt to have like do you feel like lots of information to digest now?
Absolutely.
Oh, tons.
How many other workshops
Right.
you went and spent like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and you walked back and say, you know what, I didn't learn anything.
Yeah, I only needed 1 day. They could have said all of that in 45 minutes.
Yeah. So I had
Yeah.
this option.
Yeah.
I can water it down, and that's why like Bakri saw me very early in my career, and he just when he came in here and then like we went to my office, he said, so many changes around here because I made a decision to make sure like you guys understand there's so much you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and here's are just a snippet of what you don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
And this what made other people outside the stars you see. Like if you go to my testimonials or my websites, you'll see lots of few business coaches who call me the coach of the coaches were able to double his income. The other individuals make $40 million plus a year. I almost tripled what he made because of this. I could not believe it. I can do that with this knowledge. So what I wanted to make sure is your time is very well spent. Did you have personalized plan for your business?
Mm-hmm.
Did you craft your message that so you can go make it better and share it with others?
I have the tools, but it's still in work. Like that's when
Like you had a version of it, that's
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
can go start with it.
Yeah.
Everybody in the VIP is more than welcome to come on 3 hours one-on-one. So if you want to schedule, just connect with me or send to info@winyourbrand.com or to me. And what I recommend is not to have one session of 3 hours. I recommend to have 2 sessions, an hour and a half, but usually it ends up to be 2 hours to benefit you. As I said yesterday in my offer, which is I'm not running it today as well, if you are a VIP and you want to join our regular program, there is nothing to lose. You can come for 1 month and we were talking outside with Tracy when the month will end. So today is 3rd of June. What we promise is you can have 4 sessions, two working groups and the 2 full days groups, because we have every other Monday, every other Sunday, every other Monday, every other Saturday, and the calendar existing on the app. We do it Saturday and Monday here in Calgary in person, and Sunday and Tuesday we do them on Zoom and Skype as a backup. So people are not in Calgary and they are willing to spend 6 hours working class on Tuesday. There is no problem. I can send you the Zoom link. You can come. After 1 month, I will sit with you on phone or in person. If you like to join, you like to join. If you don't like to join, no question asked. You are more than welcome to come again, retake this course at the same level, the same workshop at the same level. Tell me 3 days before the next one, or anyone you want to attend lifetime. You may have all the material. Some material you may not have it, like the card and few things, but you'll have the core material. You'll have the books, you'll have everything, and no question asked. You are general, you want to come back, no problem. You'll have the food, you'll have everything, and we'll not ask you for any money. So this is what I have here for you, and I'm doing this because I was struggling in my life. It took me some time to understand why, and when I developed the process, I found out my message will be better impacting people by showing it to you guys, so you can impact your tribe, so I can fulfill my mission. That's it. So that's why it's a little bit intense. On your side, on your left hand side, there's somebody who want to have the intense work, but she bailed out on us.
I was there emotionally. My brain was like, I started, I'm like, done. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
anyone?
you know what my feedback is, and I shared this with you personally, but certainly I'd like to give you the public recognition. I mean, I've been to a lot of different speakers. I've been in front of a lot of different presentations. I've never actually bought anyone's program other than 10 years ago when I worked with Ryan Dice and Brendan Bouchard and that crew. And you're the first person that I've wanted to actually give money to, because you know more than I do. And that, I do. And that sounds very egoic from my stance, and that's not my intention. You know more than I do, and you're the first person that I've met in the last 10 years that knows more than I do when it comes to this stuff. So thank you, and I'm really looking forward to working with you.
I
So,
had that.
so yes, thank you.
Okay. Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to relate or reflect? Mon ami.
Me? Okay.
Mon ami.
I really want to learn more, and I want to really establish a better relationship with you, hopefully over this summer.
We have an awesome relationship, huh? What's mean better?
I mean, like, we can still keep going.
To the point where you hate each other?
No, it won't happen. But yeah, no, I really want to keep working with you this summer to help become a brand expert and brand master. And I fidget, and I have a fidget spinner which I almost brought in today because I actually do benefit a lot from it. But no, I really appreciated everything you were saying, and it's so different than what I've learned in school. And it's kind of given me a lot of tricks and tips to help me with what I want to do. So I have all these notes from my marketing classes that I've been wanting to put into a book, or to like start podcasts, or to do things. And I kind of knew how to do it, like I've had little snippets here and there, but I never did it because I didn't really know what I was doing. And so even just condensing it and talking it through and then having a system, like even just that little bit of information really helped me to actually get going and get started. And I am like working on, like I've already started to condense my notes last night to actually begin to make chapters to uncover the laws of marketing. And I noticed that yesterday, because my company's having a
His family name is Law.
Yeah, that's my last name.
Yeah.
So also I talked about the brand strategy thing, and when I wrote in my journal or whatever with that meditation, I saw myself as a brand strategist helping younger people in my situation right now who are entrepreneurial and they want to make a difference. Even like consulting and giving ideas and empowering others, those were my values, was being creative and empowerment, and to bring that to people who are a little bit more confused, just kind of getting out of school, and give them real experience. That's what I want to do. And so you've helped me get clarity on branding and where I want to go with my life. you've given me a lot of good ideas that I really want to keep expanding on. And I just want to become an expert in this. And I've given up my whole weekend, and I'm like ready to just keep going.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so I thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's weird. I didn't even know I was going to do this a week ago. It's like I found out Monday.
Who connected us on
Shelly Ann. that girl
on
was
Wednesday, on
like-
Thursday, on Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday night I got connected, and then she said to Shelly Ann told me on Wednesday to give this guy a call, so I do, and then he didn't even know. I was just like, what, marketing person? What? And I'm like, okay.
Did she give you the complimentary, like,
Yes, thank you.
for you? You don't have to answer, but like, because I got an email saying that I could have a second person here, and
No.
unfortunately I wasn't able to-
This is complete different.
Okay. Yeah.
Complete different
Way of connecting.
connections. Yeah. So
Because I know there was opportunities for me to share this with other people, and the people that were key that I thought would really benefit from this were already booked this weekend, so I didn't overextend the offer to others.
it only takes lots of goodwill for people to switch and to come to an event, because usually people don't value that they have to stop their life and take a position of new things.
Yeah.
So yeah, good. Who else wants to?
It's been an amazing weekend. I never, because I'm taking on this new direction, so I was waiting for this weekend to then I knew that this was gonna get the process started. I didn't expect to be getting more information that, but I mean, it's all part of the process of learning where I'm going. But just the meditation thing, how much did that open up? So, I gotta go and work on my product sheets.
Yep.
And,
The
but I'm
product sheet-
definitely gonna be working more with you, because everything that you've said, it's all made sense. It's just a matter now of, getting the right, putting it down and getting all the right lingo in it and that. It's been 3 information-filled full days.
I'm
and
happy.
That's a good thing. Like
I'm happy you said that. I'm happy you said that.
Yeah.
And
so-
I cannot stress so much that if you cannot fill at least one of these product sheet planners, if you cannot stand in front of somebody and say, my service or my program, you can name it. You can name the program, will benefit 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you join, what you will get is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the features. You are not in business. You are not in business. The next layer is who are the ideal customers and the client, and what segment they are and what demographics they are. But if we cannot start to say what's the benefit of what we do, and I see it all the time. So I highly
Yeah,
appreciate
and
it.
I've had business coaches, more than one. I've learned more in this weekend than any of the work you have done with the others.
Thank you. I guess.
So,
Appreciate it.
but you do leave us exhausted at the end of the day.
Yeah. The Gatorade. It's like,
If you feel exhausted,
Actually,
feel for me, okay? Like feel for me, because I was
Standing
doing all the
there.
talking.
Sympathy.
Standing the whole time.
Okay, feel for me, okay? Okay, Jennifer, what your reactions?
I thought it was amazing, even only getting the 2 days. While I have to admit, while I absolutely loved my daughter's dancing thing yesterday, there was a part of me going, what am I missing? Like this thing, and I was just like, that's really bad to admit, but there you go. I mean, that's just the thought, getting it bubbling.
So just to acknowledge, just from me, which is we don't do this all the time. We usually, when people come, take whatever modules and they go because the module need to be. But just to acknowledge the fact that you came from Edmonton to Calgary, you drove back to Calgary to Edmonton, and then second day, you came back from Edmonton to Calgary. I will give you the part 1 or 2 which we did last time. You will have complimentary access to the recording, because only VIP have access. But I will make the recording available for you, because you can sit on your couch, work through the whole day, and if you're stuck or have questions, you are always know how to get me, and we will connect. So I just make sure like you maximize your value from this, because as I said, we do this effort and they give me fulfillment because I believe my knowledge is in front of people to pick from. I don't really care much if you apply it or not. What I care is if you select to apply something different, you will make it in informative way to know that there was an alternative here, that you have a choice not to take. That's it. Because for me, I hate to fall into mistakes without knowing. I hate to be under the law without knowing the law. This is not sir. No, I appreciate it. So how was the dance? Where is the photos? Where is the video clips?
You know what? I'll have to wait till Monday where I can go buy the DVD because they have these big signs up like not allowed to video, turn off the phones, and there was a couple of people that brought out their phones and the whole audience. Yeah, everybody's phones were
Yeah,
off.
because the dancers will get eliminated. They'll actually hold a competition if the family.
Well, no, it's not a competition.
No,
It was just a
it wasn't.
recital
Oh.
showing for like, and we were all in
Oh.
recreational, so it wasn't
really?
a
Oh.
competition.
Oh,
But
Mackenzie
flashes
can do
and
that.
light can be distracting when
Yeah.
when the younger dancers are on. It can stop them from dancing because they're trying to
Yeah.
see what's going out on
Yeah.
in the audience. So it was just sort of one of those
A
things.
fun
Don't.
one. Oh, okay.
But at the same time, it's like, well, I wanted my daughters, but I have to go buy the DVD now to be able to have a copy of her recital.
It's okay.
You have to watch the whole thing again.
That's good.
Actually, it was good. It was good. I came away with that saying this was our first experience with dance, and she's going back and she's setting herself up for 2 classes next year. She
So
enjoyed it.
on the first experience, when I went home yesterday, Roya did something for me special, which is a dessert. I like it in a different way. But because she's from, I'm from Egypt originally, and she's Palestinian with Jordanian nationality, grown up in Saudi Arabia. So their desserts are completely different, you know. So she did it for me, and she said, "This is the first time ever in my life I'm doing it." So I said, "Yeah, it's just awesome, you know what?" And it would be the last time. Anyway, so you remind me of that when you said, "Yeah, it was the first time experience." Yeah. So Tracy, what's your feedback?
Oh, thank you. I really love the balance between the thinking and the heart. Because, you know, I sat here and talked about time and money the first day, but really, like, my empath is really super high. And so my heart just needs a break sometimes, and then my head needs a break sometimes. So the balance was awesome.
What else can you share about which part you didn't like?
The part that I like is my high processing skills really loves the system that I can go and follow. And as we were discussing earlier, as I'm going through the processes again, I'll be able to identify what's the gap and then follow my own.
And it's very important for you guys to pick up a weekend next weekend or so, and rework the workbook.
Oh yeah.
You will start to realize, like, now you have a different passion, different, and as I said, you'll be guided by the video, so you can have some guidance here or there. What we notice is when individuals will go through the material again on their own, they will achieve higher success. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, just on a personal level, it's been really nice to get to know you personally. We've seen each other and met each other at networking events. And,
3 years or more now.
Yeah, something like that. And you just don't get enough time together. So it's been nice to see your sense of humor. And
no, I
just
appreciate
He doesn't have.
Yeah, it doesn't have.
Okay.
Yeah, which you don't have.
Okay, that's like, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cash, what's
It's amazing. Yeah, I'm kind of like the same boat as Sandon. I wasn't 100% like sure what I was doing this weekend, and then having the opportunity to come here, it's been really amazing. Just, I think we spoke about this on Friday. Just being in a room with people who have so many more years of like business experience.
You're saying we're old?
No.
That's okay.
Some of us are. We hide our gray by blonde.
No, you really have gone through the trials and tribulations of owning a business. This is my first business, and some of these things I didn't even think of. I was just like, I like doing this, and I really have a product I want to get out there. And so it's really nice to be able to kind of work through some things that I haven't taking the time to work through,
Yeah.
that will become important. And if I don't do them now, I'll be under the law and not know the law. So I'll be in a scenario where, you know, I'll be that person who puts up the sign with the dollar value and I'm talking money, and people are there and they care more about the relationship, and they don't care about the process, but they care about how will my product save them time. So now I kind of know how to deal with those scenarios a lot better before I mess up a scenario like that and maybe lost a really good opportunity.
While your neighbors at the next barbecue with this
Yeah.
exclusive African sauce.
Just
Yeah.
keep having barbecues. Actually, if people pay like $5-10 to go to your barbecue, you have a whole bunch of chicken or beef, and then like boom, sauce.
So how does it taste? Because I did not taste
It
it.
tastes fantastic.
It was
it's
phenomenal.
so
Oh, it's
good.
good.
It
Yeah,
was
it's really
really
good.
good.
I've got a question. So if Akesh had a case in her car,
I'd be
how
buying
many
a
would
bottle.
buy a bottle?
I have cash on me right now.
Wow.
I'd get probably I would probably buy 5 because I'm going to an event where I need to have like we're doing a Secret Santa and I want to have
Yeah.
I need
Oh my
I need
God.
gifts too, so I would be able to put a little gift package with the centerpiece being these amazing sauces.
Yeah, but no,
So-
like selling it in the event, but keep it in your car because people are going to ask you.
yeah.
Because I can share with you as well, because I love what you brought here, because it's an awesome, because I want to share 2 things. I don't know your surrounding, but I know major part of your story because she's my mentee in a program in Canada. So I wanted you to come here because I want you to see real people who don't have anything to offer. They don't have jobs. They just do this work, and they're able to make living out of it. So I wanted you to have this experience. Like I was concerned, like what I share with you. You see, like this guy coming as alien from the space, that's right? But the second one is to your Tracy point. I was with Brian, and he loves hot sauces. Like he has wines and shelf for hot sauces. And when I shared with him what I'm doing next, and I'm going to meet her, and she has this African hot sauce, he looked at me and said, "You know that I'm a fan of any hot sauce, and I like adventure. I like to know anyone. Can you get me 2 bottles?" I went back to her. I said, "Do you have any?" He said, "No, I'm still will make them next week." So you can see now if you breathe, do them, which is against my philosophy. But I believe you basically here sell it first because people now will buy it, and then you can go make it. You contact them if they are available.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have had it and you were talking about it, I still would have bought it to support you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're a young entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Regardless,
And you actually have a product. That's
yeah, but I
so
mean-
hard to physically put a bottle on a table
Yeah.
anywhere.
But even
and
if you-
have
yeah,
a
even if you-
packaged product,
even if you didn't
that is
have
one of
it,
the hardest things to do. And
I still would have bought it. Even if you talked about it and you said you were pre-selling, I probably would have bought like a case just to support you in your business.
and school fundraisers, like just
Yeah, we're all like,
Yeah.
we got somebody on this for you.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, Bakri, do you have any? I know you did
Yeah.
not get much of the.
No, but I wish I was here for the first 2 days, and I'm glad I came today. I was supposed to go hiking today, but my friend bailed out on me. So I was like, okay, you know.
So you
great.
hike the stairs here.
yeah.
Not the same. That was my idea of hiking 3 years ago. But so anyway, yeah, I'm glad I came today. Now I have a better understanding of having a complete message that would work for anybody. When we had our personal conversations before, it occurred to me as if how can I get people to sign up for my program, and from that personal conversation, it was about. I felt like I'm tricking them into signing up for my service. But now I understand that I have a valuable service that I can provide them, and how can I customize my message to be effective in my communication? And for that, I thank you.
And this will play to a very interesting thing, which is I observed. When we have audience who can be lead and prospects, this audience will need the time and the experience to understand where they are going. So when somebody comes and say, "What you do?" I may not want to share because they don't have the right mindset. They are not open up. They don't like every single. I don't want to say every single press I had is actually designed to allow people to open up to digest the value of the information. to be able to engage with me, to be able to engage with the. There is actually 3 or 4 different activities which we usually we did not do, like the spaghetti. I'm trying to promote the next one if you come at no extra cost. There are other spaghetti marshmallow exercises and so many other events which we do to get people actually engaged more. The point I want to say is, be careful if you stand in front of someone and you try to present what you do, that you're supposed to have a workshop or a process or a steps that they open up to understand what you do, because they may have the same, they may carry the same message. What he got, like, I can share with you how you can fool your customers to get them to buy, because I was not able to deliver in the very short phone calls we had in the very first glimpse, and you sit with somebody and then all of this noise around you, and the dancer is here and the belly dancer is there, and trying to build the business. You must understand, audience need to open up, they need to accept, they need to play, they need to engage. If they are not engaging, they will end up with this rusty message, which is message does not represent what you do.
But also, even though the conversations weren't as clear, it was powerful enough that I'm here today.
I understand, but I want to like reflect on your reflection, because this is what I learned. Sometimes we go and people will say, okay, so what you do? I say, I have this 90-minute seminar. I don't even talk about 1 year, 2 years program. And if any one of you I will approach with, will you commit $1,000 for a year for a program? People will say no. But when you show the value, people will come and say, how can I accelerate and get the whole year in 6 months? And I'm willing to pay up front. So sometimes when we are having ego and understand and have the value of our programs, we have to make sure that other people are opening up, are listening, are having their engagement with us, so they get the message in clear way. So I highly appreciate it. Anyone wants to give last reflections before we move to the graduation party? Because we have 4 graduates today. Okay, so
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.